Okay, well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and I'm joined by a very special guest. You know him as Dr. Mung Mung from the boards, and it's Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing fine, but I wouldn't necessarily call me a special guest or a very special guest.
So, no, it's a treat to have you on here, especially because this game that we're going to be watching here was a game I played against Jerry the other night, where I was using the deck that you've been crushing me with on Octagon regularly, featuring Brainiac. As I always tell you, you are the Brainiac master, at least as far as I know. So you want to mention your deck list that I'm playing? I'm on the right in this game, and then I'll talk about what Jerry's playing.
Sure. Two Brainiac is the core there. Then it's got also a two Yoda or May the Force be with you, two Heroes Trial, two Secret of Yavin 4, and then two Planning the Attack or the new Dodana set. I can't quite remember what.
Yeah, that's right. Planning the attack. Yeah, yeah. So it's been giving me fits, as I've mentioned. And Jerry was playing a Scum deck that was an original deck that he built. Just he wanted to try out the ladies' lesson because he hadn't had a chance to do it yet, and we hadn't had too many people suggest that set on our thread. So he built a deck with two slave trade, two ladies' lessons, two out of the mists, one Jabba's orders, one masterful manipulations, one no disintegrations, and one Hut's menagerie. So I thought his deck was a little interesting just because he only used one of masterful and he didn't put spice trade in it, but I guess
Yeah,
that's what he wanted to go with here to use ladies' lessons. And
he wanted to be fair.
yeah, so it looks like we're going here. You got looks like you got slave trade, no disintegrations, and I think ladies' lessons to start with, or is that Hut's Menagerie? I can't
That's
remember.
Hut's
Yeah,
Menagerie.
Hut's Menagerie. Sorry. And he played was that Forlom and one of the Whippids.
Not a bad start. You still want to see a resource, but
Yeah. And then I played Yoda, You Seek Yoda. It looked like, and actually saved the other three resources. So I kind of wonder what I have there. And I started Matter Undermine, May the Force Be With You, and Secret of Yavin 4, so that's not that bad of a start.
no, not at all. That's one of the two preferred starts for me. I'd like, if it's not going to be Matter Undermined, I'd like to see Planning the Attack. So it's either +1 reserve or 5 resources to start. But either way, I'd like to have Secret of Yavin 4 out to help protect either, the 4 health one or the while undamaged one. I mean,
Yeah, so it looks like Jerry just committed the Whippet and he captured the top card with Slave Trade, which my guess is I will probably get that back soon. But
yeah, most likely. I see a Luke's lightsaber in there.
yeah, I see a Seeds, I see a Luke's lightsaber,
Yeah, so as you like to
and
say a
there's a
lot,
resource there. That's not too bad either.
there's the elite two resource from the Donna set. The one problem with that one though is being rebel affiliated in the primarily Jedi deck. Sometimes you find it becomes awkward using that to get your Jedi stuff out because a lot of the Jedi stuff costs 2, so you can't
Yeah,
pay 2 from that resource because you're not going to get any Jedi match.
yeah, I guess you can use 3PO. I only got to use one with that, and speeder bike maybe in your deck, but yeah, you're right. You probably don't get as much mileage out of it as you might with other decks. So
Yeah, at least you got the droids from Brainiac set, but then
yeah,
you're only using one resource, so it's not doing you the ideal thing.
right. I guess you could always use Yoda like one with that, and then one Jedi and two with that, or Luke too. But so it looks like I'm swinging at Hut's Menagerie. Probably want to get that off so he doesn't recycle Bubo or the Rancor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you have to take care of uh Forlom here because he can eat 3PO. Well,
Yeah,
he has to focus to 3PO first, but or no, I can't remember. Is it when Forlom isn't out, he can just capture any 2 cost unit, or does the 2 cost have to be focused as well?
he it can be any two cost, but he has to be attacking to use it.
Yeah, I know he has to be
Yeah,
attacking.
yeah.
I
But
can't.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
any two cost or something focused. If Zuckus is with him, he can capture something focused.
yeah.
So I use seeds and seeds to whip it and focus the Forlom there. It looks like, and then got 2 damage total and Looks like I'll swing with 3PO. Get a
I,
cheap unopposed here. Yep. Got one on ladies' lessons since you have to attack that with all you have. And then may the force be with you. Typical trigger on Yoda. And take balance back. I guess the dial will go to 3, and I got another Luke's lightsaber back, it looked
hey,
like.
look at that.
So,
Edge that will come back and blow up objectives.
yeah. So since I used Yoda using Yoda, that did give him the extra dial click, even though I took balance. But that's usually a pretty good trade off. I don't mind putting Yoda out there.
Well, especially, first turn, first two turns, because it gets the dial up to where Yoda can actually start killing the bigger units, too.
Yeah.
The thing with Yoda is if you play him first turn, especially without Yoda, Yusik Yoda, he only has one gun, so he becomes all of a sudden basically just a tactics and not much else. The big threat from Yoda is it can kill a unit and focus down a unit, but you need to get the dial up to at least 3 for that to be sort of a consistent thing.
Yeah, and when it gets late game and he's got 7 or 8 guns and nobody wants to get in the way of him.
Yeah.
So now I was trying to remember. I think Jerry has a decent number of resources in this deck because he's got Slave Trade and he's got Out of the Mist there. He's got Deck Collector from Masterful. He's got Jabba's Palace in there, but I'm sure he wished he would have drawn one the first turn.
Yeah. Also, Lady Valerian.
Yeah, that's true. She's got the got hers built in, which
Yep.
can be a little sneaky sometimes if you're not paying attention. You can forget she has one.
Yeah, like that time you hosed me with it.
Yeah, yeah, I think I did get you missed. I had it, and I used Vicious Counterattack. So it looked like
Yep.
he played a CD Cantina, I guess.
Yeah, Vicious Counterattack is one of those things where it'll get you once, and
Right,
then after that, you will never forget it.
right, right. And then Bubo, so now he's got some protect there, even if you get some guns.
Yep. That'll help a little bit.
Yeah, certainly can keep some things alive. So you got a resource his turn. He's got the protector out. He's still got a resource open, which certainly, I'm sure on my end, I'm going to be leery that he might have vicious counterattack if I'm not careful. So,
Yeah.
and looks like he's going to go ahead and try to swing here. So maybe he's going to try to swing and see if he can capture 3PO. So I redirected the secret you have him for, obviously.
I wonder what he has in his hand for edge. I mean, is that the point where, well, I suppose, he can make sure Forlom lives, you know, although you're gonna have a lot of damage on those two, and if Brainiac comes out, you just kill either one of them.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, maybe he has quick hunt or something. He's trying to trick me into.
Maybe. It looks like he has 4 cards in hand. You should have about, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think I have 4 because I got the card back from Slave Trade.
Okay.
Actually, I might have 5 because I used Yoda, you seek Yoda. So I probably only
But you played
played.
a resource. So
Yeah, I
you
played the
played.
resource. I played 3PO. So I actually didn't toss one in, so it wouldn't be contested.
Chicken.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, here goes 3PO.
Yeah, I think he's going to capture 3PO. That.
Yeah, I think you kind of needed to contest that because you need 3PO to protect you from the vicious counterattack.
Yeah, that may not have been the smartest move there, but I'm going to get to focus something though, so I'll be safe from vicious counterattacks, and you have to have 2 scum units ready.
Yeah.
So I'll probably focus. Um,
Well, technically, he has an action window now, so if he had it, he could play it.
yeah, that is true. I didn't think about that. He could do it right now.
Yeah, but looks like you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I probably figured if he was going to play it, he would have done it as soon as I defended. So,
Probably.
um, so I'll get to do 3 damage to Forlom, which I assume he'll protect some of that, keep Forlom alive.
Yeah, so here's one of the things that you really have to think about when you're playing against Brainiac is, so he can put 2 damage on Bubo and 1 damage on Forlom and keep them both on the board. That means they both have 1 health left.
Right.
Brainiac can pop them, without any support from anywhere else. So that's a very dangerous place to have those.
Yeah. So I went and focused the Whipped, probably because that had blast, and then see if he really would want to attack with Bubo or he could just take balance back, and I don't really care at this point. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to get a ping, but that's not my big concern. So yeah, so he committed Bubo there. He's going to take balance back, but I'm going to have 5 resources again, thanks to the elite resource, the Masasi Temple War
Yep.
Room or whatever it's called, Yoda's
So
elite. So
either he didn't want to capture a card or he forgot.
I think I remember asking that. This seems familiar. I think he decided it wasn't worth it because I was going to probably get balance back since I had made the force be with you. But I always kind of like capturing it anyway, just so I know what my opponent might have, even if I know they're going to get the card back.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
So, and if
I
occasionally you get lucky and they don't get it back. So,
Yeah, I mean, he also has two of the force. Yoda isn't going to be able to clear up and take the force if Yoda attacks, so it's whatever else he put down.
yeah,
And there's a 1 pip. That's
yeah,
not going to take the force versus. Well, I suppose if Yoda focuses down the Bubo.
yeah. So I uh, just played the Rebel Tactician. I'm kind of surprised I didn't just put both of them on the elite resource there.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I mean,
I must not be planning to play much else. I guess maybe I don't really have anything worth playing.
even still, I mean, you want to maybe up. There's a vicious counterattack.
uh, oh no, I think that's the other
Oh
event
no,
that
that's
makes you engage something,
right. If you
or
don't
the dial
engage it,
goes
you
up.
get style ticks.
Yeah, I'm trying to blank at what the name of that card is right now. It's not I get so focused on vicious counterattack.
Right. I don't remember. Something like decoy or cunning something, and maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Find my cards here.
Yeah. So
Well, I was probably going to attack anyway. The thing is, if he went and made me have to attack Lady's Lesson, which I'm guessing is what he probably pointed to, kind of went by too quick. I wasn't sure which one he said I had to use. That's going to force me to attack with everybody at some point. But
yeah, at this point, I actually might have. If I played it, I would have put it on the slave trade because you've already got damage on the other two.
yeah,
Um,
so I'm probably
and
having to rethink here now what to do. So
well, I mean, I think he still only has 2 cards in hand, and you have 5 because you'd only played 1 unit.
okay, it's unrefusable offer. I finally found the card.
Oh,
All right, so it looks like I'm going in with the. I'm assuming the rebel tactician, but maybe not.
oh, it looks like maybe Yoda, but
Yeah, probably Yoda. I'm figuring he doesn't have the heat in his deck, so maybe he gets 1 damage on Yoda. But if he does, no big deal. So it looks like I twisted there. I think. Oh, I twisted away 3. That's not bad.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, as you like to say, when we're facing this, the deck that you're playing has 4 twists, 2 seeds, and 2 heats.
Yeah, it's so
That makes
annoying.
playing against edge battles really tough.
Yeah, so I'm gonna win that edge battle and kill Bubo, and then I should get. I'll probably focus Forlom. I would think. I don't want him just going
Yeah,
off, and then get 2 more in on Hutt's Menagerie thanks to the unopposed. And then I guess I'll probably swing at Lady's Lesson with the Rebel Tactician. Then I get to lock down the Whipped too
yep,
and get an unopposed there. Unfortunately, he doesn't get bonuses unless he's in an engagement with a leader.
yeah. One of the nice things about this deck is it has a lot of tactics,
Yes,
and
it does.
so you can lock down things, and it doesn't do a lot of burst damage unless you get Luke out or maybe Dodana with a couple of the tacticians. But each turn you're putting down 1 to 3 on 1 to 2 objectives, and it adds up.
Right. It sure does. And it's great as long as they don't have Navy to throw this stuff back at you.
Yeah,
All right. So I did take the force back. Thanks to me, the force be with you. I guess the dial just went up to 4 here. So I got some damage around. I really haven't even damaged slave trade yet. But
yeah. Well, you've got the menagerie is almost dead.
yeah. And then if I can kill Lady's Lesson too, since I've already got damage on it, then maybe get something that has less health to worry about.
Yeah,
And
and he doesn't have spice trade, so you don't have to worry about having that flopped out.
Yeah, I don't think I realized at this point that he didn't have it in his deck. I probably didn't know till afterwards, and I was kind of surprised he didn't have it in there. So that's just such a good scum set.
It is.
Seems
It's
hard to leave out.
forget Scum. It's such a good set. Period.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I really think when you're starting with this, gonna go with a scum deck, you want two masterful, one Hutt's Menagerie, one Spice Trade, and then you build from there. So
Yeah, that's the pretty good core to work off of.
and you can go in a lot of directions with that.
Yeah, I mean, most of the Scum builds are all just that, and the rest of them are one ofs just for the variety and toolbox things.
Yeah,
And it works.
it really does. I mean, it scums definitely seems like it plays better with a lot of one of sets that you don't have duplicate mains and they have similar tricks though, with capturing and triggering and um, so I can understand why people seem to have gone that route with Scum, probably more than any other affiliation.
Yeah,
And I guess occasionally you'll see some Jedi decks like that, although they tend to still have at least two May the Force be with you, and usually two Lukes of some combination. I mean, they may not use two Heroes Trial, but people seem to they might use one Heroes Trial and one Heroes Journey, so they still have two Lukes in their deck and get some variety with the support cards. But
yeah.
uh, all right, so I guess Jerry's trying to figure out what to do since I've got his board basically completely locked down. Although the only defender I have is the Rebel Tactician. So there is Boba Fett. Oh,
Boba
yeah,
Fett, where?
yeah. Between the Shadows Boba Fett that can just take out an objective by itself and a Galactic Scum. Ugh.
Mm. Not the best thing to be facing against, but
Yeah, and I don't think I have too many cards left. I think I only have about two. Looking, I think I just got them face down there on my mat. Um, Jerry's still got four cards, so I'm probably sitting here looking at a Yoda getting locked down.
yeah, probably. Although if he does that and he only has Boba Fett for defense, and he potentially just uses Boba Fett to kill off Secret of Yavin 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I guess he does have a decision to make here. Does he want to be aggressive with Boba Fett because usually that's what you want to do with that version of him. But then there's no way he could take the Force back if I don't defend.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think probably the right call here is to use the Scum to lock out Yoda and take the Force with Boba Fett. 'Cause
yeah,
the more he loses the Force, the more the Scums get the damage on them, and Brainiac comes out, and they're that much closer to death.
right. Yeah, I guess the thing is, if he actually attacks with the Scum first, I wonder if I'll defend and try to see if I can get lucky and keep the tactics off and maybe even focus Boba Fett then.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risk. You got two cards. He's got four, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, then what if it wasn't for things like quick hunt, it's a lot easier decision because you can just defend even if you know you're not going to win edge, you can maybe get rid of cards you have and draw cards out from him so he wouldn't have as many left when I go to attack.
Yeah, since I haven't been able to pull it off, I forget. Is Quick Hunt, does that only capture participating units, or is it any unit? Can
I
he get?
think it's something I think it's anything that's committed is what it is.
Okay, so he could get Yoda with that.
Yeah, let me double check. I think that's how it works. I've never really been able to get it to pull off either. Yeah, if you Edge Val is contested, you win by at least double your opponent's force icons. You can capture a target enemy unit committed to the force.
Okay, so yeah, so that you definitely have to worry about that.
Right, but what I could do is if I defend, I'm going to force him to at least put one card in.
All right, looks like he's going with Boba Fett there against
Yeah,
Secret.
that makes sense. He can blow that up, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Right, and you don't really want to defend that because you can keep the Force this way.
Right. So now, yeah, I'm going to be able to keep the force, and now he's got to decide does he want to try to lock down Yoda or not. Now the dial did go to five since he blew up one. He's gonna swing it. May the force be with you, and I'm sure I'm going to defend here. So
Living dangerously.
yeah, well he did. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he didn't use a quick hunt. Yeah, he used that other card that lets you switch things. So I put one in. Maybe I had a twist. As there's Lord knows there's enough in this deck.
Yep, seen one already.
Yeah, I don't know what my cards were. Oh, I had a Yoda. Okay,
Yeah, well, that helps.
that oh wow. So I'm going to actually win edge there. Huh. Well, now I've got a decision. I know my rebel tactician's probably going to die, which I don't really care since he has to double focus. So the question is, what do I want to focus? Do I want to just put the extra one on 4-lob now to keep him out? Do I want to try to bury Boba Fett in focus tokens?
Yeah, it's a little tough call.
And I'll get to shoot the scum from one. So,
Yeah.
oh, it looked like I focused the scum. I'm not sure why I did that.
Oh, you did that so you can keep the tactician, because the scum has a black unit damage.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess what I'm thinking is
I don't. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. I
he's going to
mean,
be double focused. That's why I don't know why I did it. Hmm. Yeah, it's not like there's Cloud City operatives or something that I could use to clear
you
him off.
well, maybe you're just thinking long term. He's already got double your units out on the board.
Yeah,
It's not going to do you any good this turn, but next turn.
right. So I did choose to just blow up Hutt's Menagerie there
Yeah,
with my
that's
took
why.
downs.
Yeah, that's why I think that going all in like that wasn't a good call.
Yeah,
Because you get a free objective that way.
yeah. I got Hero's Trial. Now I think I'm about to do some serious damage here. I see Luke, and I know his saber's in the discard pile.
Yep.
And I've got, looked like I had one of the astromechs too.
Yeah. Go and blow up Spice Trade. Yoda, maybe at the ladies' lesson afterwards.
Yeah, I'm really close to being able to win here.
Yeah. You're one. If you do have Luke and Astromech, you got basically one damage away.
Yeah, yeah, that's really it. If I had one more damage, I'd be in good shape. And really, if it wasn't for slave trade, then I'd be able to get it. But that extra health on slave trade is
Yeah. I
gonna
think I
cause
also
some
saw
issues.
Brainiac in there.
Yeah, Brainiac could cause some havoc. I might be considering playing him instead of the astromech. I guess it looks like I'm trying to figure out who do I really want to put in there. I think I have a guardian too.
Yeah, you got options.
Maybe I'm. It's probably not the right play, but I'm wondering if at this point maybe I'm considering not playing Luke yet. But I don't know why. It seems like I should want to play Luke and just take out as much stuff as I can here.
Yeah, so what you might be thinking is you can play Luke, you can play Brainiac, and still have one resource left over for a saber.
Yeah,
So you won't be able to get the slave trade just yet, but you can start really working on his board.
yeah. All right. Well, there's Brainiac. Yeah. So I gotta make sure I do this right here so I can still have the resource for the saber.
Yeah,
See,
so you,
I'm a little surprised that I didn't. Oh, I'm playing the astromech too. Why on earth did I do that?
I don't know, especially playing it
Oh, I've got another astromech. Okay.
still.
Maybe I'm gonna do some of your shenanigans here.
Yeah, if you don't, if yeah,
Because I
I
can't
would.
lock Boba
Get
Fett
this
down
first.
now. And then there's a Guardian. Okay.
Okay, all right, that makes sense for the way you pay things.
And I'm holding on to Luke. So,
Well, maybe you felt like you've got an open board here. If you put down the droids, you don't have to worry about winning edge, and then you have a lot of fodder for Brainiac. Although, with his units with damage already on them, um, you don't really need the droids for Brainiac shenanigans.
oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, that was dumb. I'm watching this again. I don't hadn't watched this obviously since I played, but I should have been able to win there with Luke and his saber if I had two astromechs. I just needed to
Uh,
play Luke both astromechs. There would have been enough resources.
but yeah,
I could play Luke with Matter Undermine and the elite resource, leave a Jedi resource for his lightsaber. You then use the other two things for the two astromechs and win. Boy, I
Yep.
missed that. I definitely missed that. I don't know what I was thinking there. Because he's locked down. He has no resources. There's no way. I wonder
Yeah.
why I didn't see that there. Huh.
You're too focused on seeing what you could do with Brainiac. You wanted to
Probably, yeah. I'm like, I gotta use them. I have them. I have to use them.
got a showcase here.
That's right. So it looks like I'm gonna swing with both droids.
So with this setup, barring the fact that you could have won before,
Right.
uh, I would probably with Brainiac, I would probably this turn kill Forlom, and you're going to win the forest. You get another damage on the Scum, so the
Right.
Scum has 1 health, and then the next turn you can use Brainiac to kill the Scum.
Right.
Um, and you can wait, until after he's deployed to see if you really
Yeah.
need to do something else, would do 2 damage to something.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I would have worried more about focusing down Boba Fett than Forlom here. Um,
Yeah. I guess what I could do is use the Brainiac trick to do 2 damage to Boba Fett though with one of the droids, and then just kill him outright
that's true.
on his turn. And
Yeah,
maybe that's what I was thinking there.
although, focusing down Boba Fett is as
Yeah.
good, if not better, because he can't play another one. Although I don't remember, he didn't have two in his deck, did
Yeah,
he?
I don't think he had to. I didn't know that, but I'm guessing that maybe I didn't want to have to attack with Yoda because I would have had to do that to get the extra tactics.
True. Um,
But really, the big thing is I missed that I could have just won. Which
yeah,
I thought I only had one astromech. When I played the second one, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, that was not the smartest play there. So, I'm so used to playing against the deck, I wasn't used to ever playing it. I think it was the first time I actually tried to play the deck. So I committed Brainiac.
take the force, do your damage to the Scum.
Yeah, it should be. Hopefully Jerry will remember that. Yeah, there it goes. And then I'll probably use. Well, what I could do here with Brainiac is wait until Jerry's done deploying to kill Boba Fett, so I don't have to worry about him even potentially deploying another one.
Yeah,
Since you can do that at any time. And so I think he just slipped up out of the mists there. I guess the dial is at 6 now since he did blow up Secret. He had him 4 last time. Inching up.
slowly. Is it at 6? I mean, you also kept the force too for a couple turns.
I did, but let's see. I'm trying to think. So I did the Yoda Usik Yoda. So on his second turn, it
Right.
was 3. Then it went up to 4 on his turn. That's when he blew up Secret. He had him 4 with Boba Fett to bump it to
Okay.
5. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's 6.
Yeah.
And I still got Yoda and the Guardian and Brainiac to defend. So that's good because I can at least, if I try to defend, or if I need to defend, I can use the Guardian and shield Yoda to protect from tactics, and the Guardian to protect some damage too.
Yep.
And I guess he's got the 5 resources here again.
Yeah, he would have to kill all three to win it here, though. So.
Yeah, he would. I don't think he's got Empire Strikes Back in this deck.
Yeah, and Brainiac, he's got to assume that he's not going to have Boba Fett to pop one here. So.
Right. So now I guess, and as long as I can keep balance, that Scum is just going to die at the end of the turn.
Yep.
And what did he play? Oh, Jabba's Palace. So that just bumped all his objectives up 1 health. So,
Yeah.
and it has a resource too. So, granted, it's a 2-1, but that's going to help him next turn if he can survive.
Yeah, he's going to have to start being a lot more defensive here.
Yep. And I could certainly be vulnerable to vicious counterattack right now.
Yes.
And there's a deck collector, so he's putting out some cheap Scum units, so I got to be a little bit wary here. And he's still got 3 resources left, and then another Galactic Scum.
All right, so he'll at least have 3 units on his turn.
Yep. Yeah, even if I kill Boba Fett with Brainiac and even if he takes balance back, I could kill this one scum at least.
Yeah.
And he still
Still,
technically has the 2 resources here. I gotta think he'll be. I don't know if he'll be defensive because then I'll get. If I win balance, I'm gonna. Or if I keep balance, I'll do it damage to something. So I guess he might try to see if he can somehow sneak out force, but I think that's going to be tough here.
well, he could go in with the 2 damage scum, since it's dying anyway. So he
Mm-hmm.
might as well try to pull in something and get its tactics out before it goes away.
Right. All right. So it looks like I pointed to Brainiac. Yes, I'm going to reduce Boba Fett's health to 2. So,
Yep.
so that is why I didn't try to focus Boba Fett down. Obviously, so
Yep.
I had a plan. That's a lot less scary without Boba Fett around. All
That it is.
right. So, of course, with the extra health he just put on his objectives with Jabba's palace, maybe he won't care if I manage to keep balance if he's got some tricks up his sleeve here.
Yeah.
Because he's probably not going to be able to focus Yoda down. Um, I
Well,
could keep balance, or well, he might be able to win balance, but I could shield Yoda with the Guardian.
yeah.
So I think he just passed turn because he
Yeah, I wouldn't have done. I
started
would have
so.
actually attacked with that scum.
Yeah. So I did a damage to slave trade, but now it's still 3 away from dying.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm only going to have 5 resources again. So I can play Luke and his saber once.
That's generally all you need,
Oh, there's 3PO.
especially when you're up 2 objectives, or up
Yeah.
1 objective anyway, and two of
Yes.
them are fairly damaged.
Yep. So I'm gonna get another resource out at least. And there's Luke. Why
There we
didn't I
go.
play you last turn, Luke? So
You wanted to give Jerry a chance.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know. He'd been beating me more lately with some of these decks. So, so now I've got to figure out swing. Now I probably want to try to tactic some stuff down if I could. So maybe I want to go in with like the rebel tactician after Out of the Mist maybe and see if I can focus something down just to try to avoid vicious counterattack.
Yeah. Or use Brainiac on Luke, pop the saber in, kill the any number of the 2 health things left. So he
Yep.
only has the 2 units. So if he does vicious counterattack, he's not going to have any follow-up defenders.
Yep. And I could avoid that then too with by sending in the rebel tactician.
Yep,
So yeah,
exactly.
so I think this is going to be the second time I missed an opportunity to win this game. Based on what you just said, because it looks like I am going in with Luke and the Guardian. Oh, I'm so dumb. So I'm watching this like this is one of these things when I play all these games, and sometimes I go back and watch these ones and we do commentary for and realize how dumb I was. It's like going, it's like why did I do that?
Have
So
you have you been bitten by vicious counterattack yet, or is
uh,
this the first time it really hurts you?
I think I've been bitten by it online somewhere at least once, and
Okay,
I'd
well then,
certainly used it before too. But
yeah. Well, using it is different from getting hit by it.
right,
You really remember getting hit by it.
yeah, there it goes. So he
Yep.
is going to kill that, and I'm sitting there with a 3PO in my hand on top of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I said, if I had just been smarter last turn, I would have won. If I had used Brainiac first, I remember even thinking I was thinking I was going to be clever and wait to use Luke Saber and Brainiac and just cost myself there. And now on top of that, he's going to get to swing with the scum if he wants to and lock Yoda down.
Yep.
So that was just dumb on my part. So 2 chances to win, and I've blown them both this game. So yeah, I gotta think he's gonna focus Yoda down.
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know why he wouldn't.
So yeah, so now the question is, what's the best use for Brainiac this turn?
Right.
Um, you're still gonna want to attack with both probably. So get some damage in. You can lock out his resource. Or no, you lock out Forlom. Well, no, you can lock out the deck collector. You can kill Forlom with Brainiac. Keep the droid on the board as emergency unit damage or discard for next turn.
Yeah, so I'm swinging at Lady's Lesson here with both of them.
Why'd you do that? Why didn't you go in with Brainiac first at Slave Trade and then? Oh, you went after Slave Trade with
Yeah,
that.
I went after Slave Trade first because I was trying to blow
Ah,
it up.
okay.
So I'm focusing Forlom there. That's odd. Why didn't I focus? Well, I know I don't want to deal with Forlom, but I could have just killed Forlom.
I suppose you can win the force struggle, do a damage to the scum, and then kill him in the action window after the force struggle.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, because I'm going to want to commit that just to keep the force, and then
Well, you would have kept the force anyway.
right. So then that does the damage, and then to the scum. And I wonder if I forgot to trigger Brainiac.
Yeah,
No, he didn't put the damage on the scum yet.
that's hopefully you didn't forget to trigger Brainiac. I mean, you definitely had options for him.
Yeah, I don't think I used them.
Like
Just looking back.
on occasion, you'll wind up in turns where you really don't have anything to use them for. You could like, depending on how they use their resources, you can turn off a resource or two or something like that. But they don't have enough damage on their units to really
Yeah.
kill anything.
I think I just realized about the scum.
Yeah.
Which technically, that way that works, as you said, he could have put that, and then I could have just killed the scum with Brainiac on his turn, and then
Yep.
able to do something with Brainiac on my turn.
Yep. Like reducing the resource on the deck collector.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Oh well. At least I've successfully kept Forlom locked out, so he can't start capturing things.
Yep.
And he just put down a prized possession there. Another resource.
Yep. Yeah, I suppose it would have been personally I think like if you haven't been putting all your focus tokens on Forlom, you could have been focusing out like the deck collector this last turn, having resources down.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Maybe I was trying to avoid, like you said with Boba Fett. I wanted Boba Fett out just because he's so dangerous. But maybe with Forlom, I was just worried if he played another one, I didn't want to get him out.
yeah, I suppose he has two costs, so he's either easier to replace.
Yeah.
And I forget if he's one of the two of sets here, but
Yeah, I think he actually was. So all right, so he just played Zuckuss, and now I'm really glad Forlom's locked down.
yep,
And if he had Duel, he could free up Forlom, but Duel's not in his deck. Because he could potentially Spice Blitz him.
yep.
And cause me some real headaches here.
Ugh, Duel, I hate Duel. When you can kill three undamaged objectives while locking down their board,
Yeah, it's pretty
something's
nuts.
wrong.
It's pretty nuts. Well, I guess they mitigated it by only making it a limit one set, so you can't ever get more than one out. Or he played a weak way elite there at full cost. That's kind of bizarre.
Ooh,
Okay.
hopefully he has some good edge cards.
Yeah, and as we've talked about before, your deck has those two heats in it, so a heat plus Brainiac could just kill that weak way if he attacks with it.
Yep.
Zuckuss would let him take the force back at least.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do that. I mean, otherwise he loses the scum.
Right, so I would think if he
Although
takes it back, I'll probably just kill the scum on
on his turn,
on his turn. All right, so he's swinging at Hero's Trial with something.
what's he doing? Jerry's a good dark side guy here. He's very aggressive.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna attack with the scum. I think he's forgetting I'm gonna be able to just kill him if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, he's doing what I wanted him to do a couple turns ago, except now you haven't used Brainiac this turn, so
Right. Yeah, I can just kill the scum.
yeah.
That's probably what I'm trying to think now. Is it worth it to kill the scum? And as I'm thinking, it probably is because if I don't, he's going to lock down the astromech, and then Zuckuss and the Weequay could lock down Yoda, and he'd
Yeah,
still have balance with the Whipped. So it looked
there you
like I
go.
just used Brainiac, yeah. So he will not be getting anything on Hero's Trial, and I did not defend. So it's going to make it a little bit tougher for him to lock down everything.
Yeah, in which case I'd just take the force and sit back.
Yep.
Although
No,
he did play several cards, so might not have the best edge hand.
yeah, he's swinging with the weak way.
The weak way.
Well, I guess it does have the black tactics. It's got the two guns. If I defend, it's going to kill my astromech.
Yeah, I suppose now, well, you're not going to kill any units by winning the force, but still, I mean, he can't take the force unless he's going to, lock out the droid, in which case he can't lock out Yoda.
Right.
Yeah, I would have just liked to see him sit back here.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could lock out the droid, but I could just sack the droid with Brainiac and do damage to something.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing about those droids. It doesn't matter if you commit them and they get locked down, whatever. If there's Brainiac on the board, one of them is worth a unit damage or a discard, um, or a healing. Although I don't think I've ever actually healed anybody with them.
Yeah,
And
I did that with one of those games that I put up recently. I used him to heal Ron.
yeah, that's about the main thing to do with them.
Yeah, which was awesome in that game. So, but yeah, I'm with you. That's probably the main unit you'd want to try to heal, I would think. So, so I'm letting it go. So I wonder if he'll try to just put one on Yoda and then go ahead and attack with Zuckuss and see if he can get the third one on. Hmm.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah, I think so too. I would think he would have been better off just not even attacking at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, if he if you don't lock out Yoda, you're going to have at least a droid, and you have three, four, five, six, seven, eight resources for whatever you want to play next turn.
Yep.
And you're so close to winning. Having one defender is uh, very dangerous.
Yeah, and I was so close to winning before and blew it. So maybe that's what he's thinking. Nah, well, try to lock some stuff down.
He's like,
Nice.
yeah, I've already lost this game, or I should have already lost this game. I might as well.
Yeah, might as well just go ahead and see what happens. So, all right, so he's got Zuckuss here, and I
Yep.
am blocking with the droid, and I don't have that bad of an edge hand from what it looks like. I mean, I got four cards. I think I got at least six icons there.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to get Quick Hunt to go off unless he's got Princess Scheme.
Yeah, that's the one card I get a little worried about.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I had to put my first card face up. I forgot because of Zuckuss.
yeah.
So I got two. So at least I have an idea what he might have. And he put a second one in, and I put two in. I would think I might go all in here just because I don't want to risk Quick Hunt.
Yeah. Also dig for another Luke.
Yeah, and also I don't want that Yoda to get focused if I can help it.
Yeah. Or Dodana. Dodana will be
Yeah, Dodano would be good too. I mean, there's a lot of things that could help me win here. Now, we both went all in, so now he's not gonna have any cards even. So what I had a heat, and he had looks like he had six, and I think I had six.
six.
So I am going to keep Zuckuss from tacticsing something.
Yeah, the fist bump.
Yeah. Yep. So you kill my droid, I don't really care. And he will
Yep.
get two damage on. I guess he attacked me. The force be with you, but and he will take balance too.
Yeah.
So, but that's all right. He's only
Although
got the whippet left now. Maybe I can actually finish his game off this time.
Yeah, unless you draw terrible, you should have this game.
Yeah.
Turn.
So I do only have Yoda to attack. I need at least one more unit here. Preferably with Blast since a Jabba's Palace.
Yeah, occasionally you get a dead draw with this deck. Um,
Yeah, I think I may have gotten something close to it. I see a Guardian, I see a Nudge,
hey, they're bodies. They
I
do
see
enough.
a lightsaber deflection.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I need to put. There's the Nudge. So I'll bump the dial back down. That's back to 6. And then there's a Guardian. Why was I so stupid with Luke? And a Rebel Tactician.
let it on. No, no, there. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I put him on there. Kept 4 resources open still. Now I know Jerry has no cards, so
No, no card. That's right. Yeah, you should definitely be able to win this.
yeah. So I'm just gonna send Yoda in after slave trade. I don't think he'll bother defend, so I'm gonna get to tactics to whip it down just so I don't have to worry about it. And it'll get it up to 6, so it's still alive because of Jabba's palace.
Yeah,
And then I can swing with everybody at Lady's Lesson, and then I'll shield the Guardian. And I'll get the unopposed. I'll get to focus something, and then there we go. There's a good trick. I used Brainiac to change the +1 on Jabba's palace to +0, so that will blow up the objectives.
very nice. Very nice.
So that was a good use of Brainiac. That's not probably your traditional use of it.
Nope. But Dad, like Brainiac is just ridiculously versatile. There's so much that he could do.
Yeah, he really can. He's so annoying to play against, and it was kind of fun to play with him because, as you know, when we play a lot, I actually don't tend to use Brainiac that often. So, well, hopefully I did your deck justice there, even though I blew 2 chances to win, but the third time was the charm.
You still won. That's the key thing, and you made some good use out of Brainiac.
Yeah, I did. I did some good tricks. I managed to get rid of to Boba Fett and Scums and other things, and then certainly that big one at the end actually sealed the win with on Jabba's palace. So, all right, well,
That made up for all the other mistakes.
yeah, yeah. So, well, I'm glad you were there to critique me, and maybe I'll play it better next time I try the deck. And now your secret is out, though. I warned you if we did this commentary for this game, if it was secret tech, people are gonna see your deck now. But I probably won't post it till after Gen Con.
Oh,
So nobody can steal it to use it
I
there.
don't know. Since I'm not going to Gen Con, you can post it before, and if someone wants to use it there, I'll be all more than happy.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll get it up before Gen Con. It just kind of depends. I got a few more on deck before this one will probably go up. But well,
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to coordinate this to do commentary. Thanks for joining me on this one, Nick. Got any final thoughts? Or
No, not really. Just the Brain Trust is a good deck that I've been enjoying recently.
yeah, yeah, it's annoying as heck to play against, and it was fun to play with it. So, all right, well, thanks again for joining me. Until next time, have a good one.
You too.